So Alex, if the owners of Man United gave you a blank cheque over the summer and allowed you to bring in any one, just one of Barcelona's team from tonight, who would you sign?
That's one of the most stupid questions I've ever heard in my life. What about Mascherano?
So
he said, that's one of the most stupid questions you can ever ask me. That's about Sir Alex Ferguson. Sounds sarcastic on that very one. But good morning and thank you so much for joining us on the Sports Republic show. We are Voice of the People TV. My name is Kizike. I'll be your host on the show as we talk this through. And I have my man Olamide on the sideline to talk this as well with us on the show today. It's no longer news that the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations Afcon draw has been completed. And Nigerian Super Eagles have been placed in the Group C alongside Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. The draw took place on Monday night at the Mohammed VI National Theatre in Rabat, Morocco. Nigeria's quest for the fourth title in the Afcon Atelier. The Super Eagles entered the Afcon 2025 with a legacy that commands respect across the continent, with 16 medals from 20 Afcon appearances, including 3 titles in 1980, 1994, 2013 respectively. Nigeria continues to be a dominant force in African football. That's the Group C you have on your screen. Known for their attacking flares, squad depth and quality, the Super Eagles are among the favorites to win the tournament in Morocco. The group stage matchup against Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania is expected to test the team mettle under the new coach Eric Chelle as they aim to advance to the knockout. The 24 teams, let's talk about the 24 teams, the way it sounds, the Group A, B, C, D, E to F. We'll bring it to you so you can see for yourself. Morocco, Mali, Zambia, Comoros. The Group B, Egypt, South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe. The Group C, Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. The Group D, Senegal, DR Congo, Benin Republic, Botswana. And then Group E, Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan. Mozambique is also in the Group F, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, and Gabon. I thought we have that very picture to bring out to you so you can see for yourself the group talking about the group of the I call it champions, you could call it, for the Afcon, so you can see for yourself. While Group C represents a very big one, it presents challenges. The Super Eagles' pedigree and experience make them strong contenders to top the group and progress deep into the tournament. Now, what about the tournament details can we tell you? Afcon 2025 will be hosted by Morocco, marking the country's first time hosting the tournament since 1988. Renowned for its football infrastructure and organizational capabilities, Morocco looks set to deliver a memorable event. And I'll tell you, this edition is unique as it straddles 2 calendar years for the first time, running from 21 December 2025 to 18 January 2026. That's about the Nations Cup. Very soon, we tell you all you need to know about the Group C, where the Super Eagles are involved. But on this note, Olamide is here to talk this through. Olamide, great to have you on the show. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's good to be on the show again.
Yeah, welcome. So let's talk now quickly. The part where there's a talk about Nigeria being part of this very one. Can we just delve into that one? The groups, the A, B, C, D, E. For you, I don't know. People say there are no more medals in African football, but it looks quite competitive. When Yobo was asked a question, he said, we don't want to meet the host country, but we are always good at the group stage. So I'm asking you this question now. You tell me, which one is the hardest? Which one is the easiest? Is there a word like simplest?
Well, I wouldn't say any group or any team would be the easiest to meet or to play with, or there would be any hard team. If we take a look into the previous Nations Cup,
yeah,
we see that before the Nations Cup, the previous one started, there were talks about the favourites and all that. But later on, when the tournament, progressed, we saw how the perceived favourites, how they reacted when it comes to under challenges. We saw Senegal, we saw Egypt, Egypt being defeated by Cape Verde, and Senegal also crashing out, I think, in the quarterfinals or thereabouts. So it tells us one thing, that right now in African football, there is nothing like a small team or a perceived big team. Everyone comes onto the field, do what they can to do to, just get the job done.
Okay, so you want to say, but there's no way you cannot tell me.
Yeah.
Let's bring out the groups again so you can see for yourself the group A to F, so you see. So he tells me in the studio which one he thinks is the very, or possibly the hardest of all. So we have We have Morocco, Mali, Zambia, Comoros, the Group B, Egypt, just like you're saying. Allow me to look at it very well. Tell me which one is the strongest of them all.
Well, if you look at all the groups as well, I think Senegal, DR Congo, Benin Republic, Botswana. Well, that's not a bad group, but right now this year, there is nothing like I can't see any perceived group of vets per se, to be precise, whereby we have a lot of the favorites in the group. We just have a series of groups whereby the favorites are there, the perceived lesser teams are there as well. It's just a mixture.
What's the lesser team?
Well, that's why I said perceived lesser team, because last year we were like, okay, Cape Verde, all these teams, Equatorial Guinea would just be a walk in the park for the big teams, but they actually came up to upset those perceived.
Well, okay. Let me see if that's a word like the hardest or like the strongest. Let me look at all of the groups, not just by records, but I will say, let me see. I just think Nigeria is just in a very cool way. This one is like a nice draw to say. Well, yeah. I was going to say the Group F. Because recently the Mozambique guys, they play like the Portuguese, very effective team. And also the Cameroon side, we know how far they've come on Afcon, even though they're not really on a very good start.
Exactly.
And you talk about Ivory Coast host nation. Defending champion. But I don't think, for me, I think if you want to ask me I don't know. Is there a lesser group than this one? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, maybe I don't know.
A perfect draw.
I think for me, the lesser one for me is the Group A, if that's a word like that.
Group A?
Group E, Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan, for me. And if I will go with the hardest or the strongest, the word, I possibly might want to go with the Group F, or maybe I'll go with the Group B. But don't underrate the Group D. DR Congo, we saw them at the last Nations Cup. They were so amazing.
Yes,
Benin Republic, Kenya is also a very strong side.
Senegal
and the Senegalese, well, nice pairing though. Let's talk about Nigeria. How do you see our group?
Well, Nigeria's group is not, there wouldn't be a more challenge for Nigeria in the group. Although we are the favorites, but I don't want us to.
We are the favorite.
We are the favorite to come out of the group. Nigeria, so far so good in so many Afcon appearances now. We don't really have any problem when it comes to getting out of the group stage. We don't really have any issue with that. So I see us getting out of the group stage either way, either by topping the group or by coming second.
But can I shock you, talking about the Nations Cup, while he was out there, before the draw, the CAF did the selection and the rest of that, Nigeria was not even the top 5 favorite for this Afcon.
Well, I don't know who were those people who selected the top 5 or favorite or something. But if they look at the previous Afcon competitions, even those people they call favorites, we are not even up there. They didn't live up to the expectations. So I don't really care about the favorite or something. Let's just go there and get the trophy. Okay,
so at this point, let's tell you all you need to know about the Afcon 2025 Group C draw. The Super Eagles have been drawn into Group C of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations following the draw held in Morocco. That ceremony was great to see. Super Eagles Eric Chelle was present at the event as Nigeria were drawn alongside Tunisia, winners of the 2004 Afcon title, Uganda, who were runners-up in 1978, and Tanzania, a team making only their 3rd Afcon appearance. Where will Nigeria Super Eagles be based? That's the question on that one. Nigeria will play all their Group C games at the Complex Sportif de Fez, a multi-purpose stadium located in Fez, northern Morocco. The venue, with capacity of 35,468, will also host quarterfinal matches during the tournament. Known for its state-of-the-art facilities, the stadium has established itself as a hub for sporting excellence in the region. Now, moving on. Talking about this now, we expect to have the bars just somewhere close. Who are Nigeria's toughest opponent in the Group C? On paper, Tunisia will undoubtedly be Super Eagles' toughest challenge. The Carthage Eagles eliminated Nigeria in the round of 16 at the 2022 Afcon in Cameroon. A 1-0 defeat still afresh in the memories of Nigeria. Tunisia, ranked 9 in Africa, boasts a solid Afcon pedigree with 20 tournament appearances and a title win in 2004. By comparison, Uganda and Tanzania ranked 19 and 24 respectively in Africa, according to the December 2024 FIFA ranking. While both teams will aim, all they want to do is upset the odd. Nigerian wealth of talent gives them a clear advantage. And now you ask questions like, what are the chances of Nigeria qualification? I'll tell you, the Super Eagles' chances of progressing are exceptionally high. The team has consistently advanced past the group stage in the last 10 Afcon appearances. In other words, it's not a fight, it's not a struggle for Nigeria. With top-tier players like the reigning African champion, call him African Footballer of the Year, King Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, William Bruce Ekong, Victor Boniface, Alan Samuel, we'll talk about it, Alex Iwobi. Nigerians well positioned in this one to dominate. And although everybody knows football is unpredictable, Uganda and Tanzania appears less likely to derail Super Eagles. And then Super Eagles head-to-head records with Group C opponent Tunisia has participated in 20 Afcon. Now let's talk about in 21 meetings with the Carthage Eagles. Nigeria has won 6, I've won 6, draw 8, and lost 7. I ask you, Uganda, the last time we played with Uganda in 1978, they won Nigeria in this competition hosted by Ghana. And we are moving forward and we're talking about this one. Who are the underdogs in that group?
In the group, I think that would be Tanzania, because this is just their 3rd appearance in Afcon. So they are still, I think they are still a little bit new to the terrain. It's
Right.
not new to Uganda, not new to Tunisia. Tunisia is a very good team. They have the history, they have the pedigree, so they would be a stumbling block when it comes to stopping Nigeria. I think they would be the one to really stop us, to give us a problem.
Okay, so let's talk about Joseph Yobo. He's come to say Nigeria have he said we have a strong team. We are good to go. We have all it takes to get the result because we know the grouping and the rest of that. And Yobo, in his word, he said we have a good young crop or new generation of players that have been together for a long time. He said, so I don't think that understanding is a problem for them. Looking at the group, it's never going to be easy for us. But knowing the Super Eagles will be coming out in this very one. Now, Yobo is very, very optimistic. Yeah. We've won the Nations Cup 3 times. So if you tell me Nigeria is the end of Africa in football, I'll say no. Because we have Egypt 7 times winner. You know the record of, the rest of them. But let's look into this part now. Not just about being Nigerian. Can we lift this Nations Cup?
Yes, I think we can. Because personally, I don't think any in this forthcoming Nations Cup, any other team rather than a win or a 2nd place would be a failure for Nigeria.
Any other what?
Yes. Either 1st or 2nd, that's just the 2 options I think Nigeria should be looking at. 1st place or a 2nd. 3rd, 4th, 5th or something, it would be a failure for Nigeria because the previous one, we came 2nd. So we should be looking at, if we can't replicate or keep up with that standard, we should at least not go below it. We shouldn't go below it. So we shouldn't be looking at, lifting the trophy. We have no excuse. We have the right crop of players. The current African, best player, the previous one as well. They are Nigerians.
So we are threats.
We are a big threat when it comes to the Nations Cup. The likes of Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal.
But why are they not saying what you're saying? Why is it that CAF did not see Nigerians and see Nigeria as favorite for this tournament?
Well, maybe it boils down to the strength of our league. Or
our league, okay.
Yes. Maybe they put that into a consideration. Looking at teams like Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt, they have a really strong home base when it comes to the CAF Champions League, when it comes to understanding the African football, getting things done when it comes to the Afcon. Unlike Nigerians, whereby we have a lot of our players playing abroad, coming back, now having to settle into the playing pattern of, how we play things here in Africa. Maybe that was being put into consideration, And if we look at our gameplay per se, we didn't really play well when it comes to the tactics in the previous Afcon.
Okay, style of play,
We didn't really play well, yeah.
So, I don't know if it's, for you to get to the final, not playing well, if you don't play well and you win it, you're a big side.
Yeah.
So for us to get to the final, Nigeria, to say, getting to the final and not winning it, that's one. Secondly, is that the yardstick they are looking at? Or is it the part where Nigeria did not do so, I don't know, our qualification for the World Cup, for the Afcon, sorry, the end process, the end way, that's the word, was not so rosy. Ecuador started well, but the ending was bad. We lost in Nigeria, our record was broken here. So is this the reason why you say they might be looking at us like we're not good enough?
Well, I think everything will come into play. They won't just use only one or two things. They have to, select out of so many variables to put that. But I don't really, would I say, put more importance on what someone sees outside. Like, okay, we are not, or maybe we are the favorite, or we are not. I think we should just focus on the main thing, regardless of whatever anybody says about the team or rank us anywhere. It's just to get on the pitch and do what we know how to do best.
Okay, so let's talk about one that's making wave on social media. And on radio, it was so sweet to talk about yesterday on the show. People are saying a lot about Victor Boniface. And someone said here in Nigeria, Lagos to be exact, he said, if Victor Boniface was your brother, what would you advise him? Some say, if you say Boniface is not doing the right thing, why are you in Lagos? Some say, why are you just waking up every day to go to work? But let's tell you, Victor Boniface, Bayer Leverkusen forward, Victor Boniface has undergone medicals are on the side ahead of a potential move. According to Germany reports, Sky Germany, Boniface is on the verge of signing for the Saudi pro side. Al Nassr have reportedly reached total agreement with Leverkusen over a transfer fee of more than 60 million euro. Boniface will earn 15 million euro net per season in the Middle East. This move, I must tell you, will see the Super Eagles star line up with, alongside five-time Ballon d'Or winner. I don't think any Nigerian have played Ronaldo.
No.
Not Nigeria, that's a record. He will replace Anderson Talisca, who has moved to Fenerbahce this month. Boniface will earn 15 million euro per net in the Middle East. And that's about Al Nassr. Now, I had this. I said yesterday, when I was having some chit-chat with friends, pundits on this job, and they sent me messages. We'll bring it to your screen so you see for yourself what Nigerians love to do. We can calculate people's money. We do it a lot. They've broken his fee per week, per day, yearly about Victor Boniface. But let's start bringing you those comments and those ratings, those permutations, and that's what it is. Okay. Now, this one is saying he has weighted up Victor Boniface's wages at Al Nassr, converted to Naira. You can see for yourself. Allow me, if you feel the pronouncement, you can see for yourself and you can see. Yeah. It's out there per day. It's out there per week. It's out there per month. It's out there per year. And this is what this man would earn as a Nigerian. Not be about the economy. I don't know, because I look at it from every aspect and I like, this is crazy. This is huge. I'm not talking about gross now. Net-wise, take home 15 million euro per year. I don't know where the Saudi people are getting their money. You know why? And he said, see money. Do you know why I'm scared? Saudi Arabia just recently, yesterday, posted, sent a message to Vinicius Junior and Real Madrid, Fiorentino Perez. They want to sign Vinicius Junior. We are shouting for this guy, 15 million euro. But Saudi are coming for Vinicius Junior for 200 million euro net. That's 1 billion euro. That's what they want. You earn, it's a move for one. His release is big. So 1 billion euro. Then the take home will be 200 million euro yearly. Boniface is just 15. Wow. Did I say just? With all due respect, that's big money. If not your brother, no lie, he's 24. People are saying if you want to eradicate what Africans do more, some say Africans, they want to eradicate poverty. That's the reason why they play football. Some say there's no passion. And I had a friend calling from the Netherlands on the show on radio, and he said, I'm also here. I'm here. Not all of the European people do this for passion, but we can say majority. Or we have people that do it more. Because with passion, it brings money. Yeah. But Boniface, if it was your uncle, if it was your brother, would you have advised him to turn down this offer? He's just 24.
No, I wouldn't advise him to turn down the offer. There has to be a balance between you chasing your passion and you making the money. Because at the end of the day, your passion won't give you can't take your passion to the market to buy anything. You need money to do things. And we've seen majority of our legendary footballers, after the football, they don't really, they turn to something else because there is no money. Even some of them are now advertising for sporty beds and the likes. I won't mention any names. But now imagine they really made huge amount of money. They wouldn't be there advertising or, trying to promote a betting platform. Maybe they would have owned that betting platform or maybe have a stake there or whatever. But it all boils down to his choice. Because he has really done well when it comes to Bayer Leverkusen.
He has won the trophy.
He has won the trophy. And he scored a whole lot of goals there. He made his mark in Champions League, getting few goals as well. Right. So he has really earned the right to say that he wants to move to Al Nassr.
Okay, so quickly, let's still bring you more of those. We just talked about the one that says see money. Let's bring you more so you can see for yourself on the screen what friends pundits are really saying, get this full. This one is saying, I see people bashing Victor Boniface because of his move to Saudi Arabia. It's a very smart move for him, making 15 million euro per year. That's closely 30 billion naira yearly in Nigeria. It's converted.
Yeah.
And he went as far as saying, if he plays for like 4 years, he will logically rack up more than 100 billion. If not your brother, you go say make you reject. That's like a question, I don't know. And he said, Osimhen waited for big transfer throughout the summer. He later ended up at Galatasaray. Boniface might not see the big team signing as well, as we all hope. So he took up, so he took his opportunity, and I wish him good luck. Let's say, before we talk more about the next post, Boniface on this part. Victor Osimhen turned down Al Hilal. That money was crazy. It was quite bigger than this one.
Bigger than this.
Bigger than this. And he said no. But at this point, let's be realistic. Let's be logical. Victor Osimhen wants to leave Galatasaray for a top-flight European side. And what if, just peradventure, he does not get it? Is this to say that he will regret that move? Because Boniface right now, for me, is swimming in money.
Yes. Well, I don't think he would not get the move. I think when
he will get it.
Yeah, I think he will
Osimhen.
get it. I think it's certain that he will get it. There is high probability that he would get it because we have a plethora of teams looking for a goal scorer.
Right.
Chelsea needs a typical goal scorer in their team. Arsenal needs Manchester United.
It's not about them needing. Are they really coming forth to the question?
Yeah.
The moment Osimhen's talk started getting high, Chelsea gave a Jackson a contract for 2030 or thereabout.
Okay.
Arsenal not even looking his way for me. The only club side that we learned recently is about Manchester United, and Victor Gyökeres is supposed to be number one. So Osimhen's move now is just like on the pen side.
I'm positive about the move.
You like
yes,
Osimhen?
I'm positive.
You believe Osimhen? But Boniface now, will he regret this move? Can he return back to Europe? People have talked about Talisca, the Brazilian, and he made a move to Al Nassr. He was in Turkey before. Yeah. He made a move for Al Nassr and now back to Turkey. European football might not really be the top flight league, but he's back to Europe.
See, I don't really think Boniface will be looking at getting back to any European team. Though I don't know how many years will be signing, maybe 4 to 5 years. But I think there are some things that will be at stake of his move. He would have actually planned these things. He would have seen the pros and the cons of it as well. I think when it comes to the Super Eagles side, he might not have, when people don't see you, it's just like deserts now.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are not really seeing him. Just imagine he's in the Premier League. He would most definitely be in the Super Eagles squad right now.
Okay, so you talk about, you're trying to take it back to top flight football. But let me say this. I don't think, and on this part, I don't really think at this point, looking at coaches we've had in the last 10 years, Nigerian invitation, I don't really think they're so concerned about top flight. I just think they are concerned in Nigeria to talk about they playing regular football wherever they are. Aside the fact that Gift Urban was amazing, no one calls him because of the competition he has in his side. Now, we've seen people on social media, people on a lot of places coming out to say Boniface has made a wrong move. Some are saying Eric would not call him. But can I even say this out on TV? If you talk about publicity-wise, he's playing with one of the greatest players in the world.
Of course.
I don't know what you make about it. Top flight football or no top flight football, Boniface will still be seen. Now, let's imagine Ronaldo wants a target. Ronaldo has got 920 goals in his career. He wants to make it 1,000. And we have a Boniface scoring goals and possibly assisting. That's the steady money there. So it's a big move for him. I'm not here to say if it's best for him or not. But I'll just give you some instance about some players who are currently in that side. I'm not saying I'm advising that move. I'm not saying he shouldn't have not gone. He knows best for himself. I mean, he's got an agent. But I'm looking at it from every ramification. There's an N'Golo Kante. He's a starter in the French national team under the Shams. There's an Emerick Laporte. He's also in the national team, even though he might not really be a starter. But sometimes De La Fuente, who just got a contract signed, gets to start him. Experience-wise, you can't take away class. There's also an Otavio. Otavio is a regular player for the Portuguese side. He might not be a starter, but he's in the squad. Boniface, you and I know he's not even a starter in Nigeria, unless the manager wants to just do like 2 up front. So, publicity-wise, let's even hold that one. They know they watch him, they know they see American. No, you can't even say. The manager knows what he wants for himself. If I was the manager, I would say, I want to see you in top-level football, but if peradventure you're not in top-level football, wherever you are, you should be getting start. What happens when you play week in, week out? It makes you so consistent. So I would not say, I can't even banter this with anybody. Boniface have not lost his shirt in the Super Eagles. All he needs to do is to live up to expectation. Even before he made a move to Al Nassr, before the medical, not yet confirmed yet, but medical done, he's not doing well in the national team. So he still have, he's not played up to 20 games.
Still have a point.
Less games played. So let's not even judge it because, Jonathan Akpobori, do you know his record? In the national team, so let's call him some slack. Let's be calm. Nigeria, I'm just wait. But Eric, pressure on Boniface on this guy?
No, there's no pressure on him.
No pressure. Let's get more of those comments quickly. Let's get more of those comments. I want to go, I think I have about 5 of them or thereabout. Yes, this one says, there is high tendency he will bang goals and be on limelight for a big Europe return. He said, Talisca went to make money. Now he's back to Europe. And that's true. And Nigerians now secure the bag. That's get the money. Get the funds, plenty. 22 billion a year. Imagine 3 years in Saudi. If you not do memes again. Say like memes now. Eh? You know what I mean? See, let's be realistic. Boniface have been quiet. Do you know since we lost to Rwanda in Nigeria, he's been quiet. He got a start. He was opportune to show. He failed us. A lot of people came out and saying, Boniface not a player. You talking to? You said it. Did you criticize him?
I didn't criticize him though. But deep down, he has more banger tweets than...
Okay, let's get more of those comments quickly before we run to the next one about national call-up and Super Eagles outcast story. This one is okay, you can see this. Victor Boniface will join Al Nassr with immediate effect. Total agreement with Bayer Leverkusen now have been reached about the final transfer fee of more than 60 million euro. Verbal agreement was done. This one really shocked me. 15 million euro net per season as revealed today. 24-year-old striker has already passed his medical with Al Nassr. Exclusive news for last week, and you can see that. And what more? Do we have more on that very one? Okay, so let's talk about Boniface. Lastly, no, let me leave him. Man, not to talk about. I talk about him so much. Like I'm just that's in my eye. That's the money. More leave him. But I wish him all of the best. I believe the new manager we have on ground, Eric Chelle, would not be looking at that one. See, we know what's best for us, no matter what. Oscar made a move early to the China side. Do you know what people are saying about Turkey? Let me even say it. People see the Saudi Arabian side. They have so much money, infrastructure. They are trying to put this in place. They are in the media. Publicity-wise, they are amazing. They are putting in their money at the right place. Yeah. The Saudi pro, see, on platforms like bet platforms formerly, we barely see the Saudi on this part. But now, it's everywhere. One of the biggest man is there in football. Ronaldo is there. Talk about players who have achieved. So people see the Saudi side. Where's the bars on this? People see the Saudi side that they are a side that does not, whenever you want to retire, come and play here. Then people see the Turkish side also like a side that, should I play in Turkish? Yeah, like you've done a lot in Europe. Yeah. But when you go to Fenerbahce and you see them play, when you go to Galatasaray, you see them play. When you go to Besiktas, players like Martens in Galatasaray, talk about Ciro Immobile. See, there are a lot of big players in this side. Yunus, they know them. Sanchez, they've been in the European scene. They've played to a certain level. But people expect you to, when you want to go to Saudi, you must not, if you don't play ball finish. But when the first is 24, or time is 24, 25 or thereabout, if you are getting a start in your club side and you're playing week in, week out, what can be said? Someone even referenced Harry Kane and said, Harry Kane, what has he won? For crying out loud, dear people, Boniface has won it. Yeah. He can boast. You know what? He's won the Bundesliga. Not just he won, he was an integral part of that setup. Leverkusen, I give them a clap hands on this. You know why? They have done a good business. 2026 from Onions and Girlies, they bought him around 20 million euro. Look how much they've sold him. Before this contract came, they gave him a contract to 2029. You want to get him, you must sign it off. So good business for Leverkusen, but is it a good business for Boniface and his agent? His family will enjoy the wealth and that very well, if that's what you talk about football. Let's talk more about the national call-up. Super Eagles outcast might end redemption arc under Eric Chelle. Ahead of the World Cup, we know the March 26 qualifiers, Rwanda, Zimbabwe are the two sides who will play. But the question has been asked now. Cyril, there's a club form I must tell you, it's a compelling argument for Super Eagles' record. Since Chelle assumed office, this man you have on your screen has been on fire. Desert has continued to build on his stellar performance, stellar form at Rangers, scoring 6 goals and provided 1 assist across all competition. This impressive tally under Eric Chelle would make him, or let's say under Eric Chelle's watch, makes him the top performing Nigerian striker in the current squad. And his continued sharpness in front of goals will undoubtedly be on the Malians' radar as the Super Eagles prepare for March World Cup qualifier. However, Desert's international form has been less consistent. That's the truth. But how many games have he played? His last appearance for the Super Eagles came in March 2024 during the friendly game against Mali, a game in which Chelle, then Mali, coached. He led the side to 2-0 victory. This man, that's our coach now, was the manager when Cyril Desert played for Nigeria. And funny how Cyril Desert did not play well in that time. Desert replaced Moses Simon in the 34th minute in that very game, but failed to make an impact in a disappointing outing despite scoring 18 goals across all competition, in that time and this season. His international performance raised questions about whether Eric Chelle would give him a call-up. And I'll ask you this question, Olamide. The injury to Lookman, which could keep him sidelined for more than a month, may leave Eric with a key gap to fill in the attacking lineup. Now, moving on. Should Ademola Lookman miss the qualifier because it's possible, Desert could be one of the front runners to fill in that vacuum. Providing he's able to impress Chelle with his attitude, performing and consistency at the club level, Chelle has yet to name his first Super Eagles squad. But the stakes are very high, why Desert's recent goal-scoring form could make him an appealing option for the 47-year-old, the man you have on your screen. Let's talk about Lookman, and talk about Desert, and talk about Eric. Lookman is our best player now. He's ruled out. He won't play the Barca game tonight. The Champions League, we'll talk about it. But I'm just looking at the part where we have the qualifiers very close. And we can't have him return immediately and get him start. No, it will be very, very hard to do that. I mean, the Bergamo people, the Gianpiero Gasparini, the coach, they're not going to even grieve now. He's a big player. But I'm looking at Cyril Desert, his goal prowess, his resilience in the game, how far he's come. Ilimani, that's the starter. He's a Moroccan international. Moroccan side are very strong. See, when I see Omar Mamouche and I see Salah Egypt, I like, these guys are great. And I'm looking at the Moroccan side, El Nesiri scoring goals for Mourinho Fenerbahce. The kind of goal in the score, not be pessimistic to El Nesiri. That way, if you do it like this. Good goals. Ilimani, that's the name. Ilimani, that's the guy that starts now for Rangers ahead of Desert. But every time Cyril comes in, he scores. He's always scoring. Is this an opportunity, just in case Lookman, even if Lookman is there, should this guy not be called up now? Is this not the right time?
Yeah, I think his performances has been impressive enough to earn him a call-up in the Super Eagles team. And for the fact that Ademola Lookman is injured, we need other players to fill in the spot. I think Cyril Desert is in the best position. He's the best man right now for us to fill in. He has a lot more to prove. Because the last time he had an encounter with this same coach, he lost. So right now, this is the second best time for him to prove a point to this coach that, okay, I am better than what you saw in the last encounter.
Okay, so there's hope for him.
There's hope for him.
All right, let's talk about our NFF president, Ibrahim Musukuso, confident the Super Eagles would qualify. The president of the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, Ibrahim Musukuso, has expressed confidence in the Super Eagles prospect at the upcoming 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco, following the group stage draw that placed Nigeria in the group C alongside Tunisia, Uganda, Tanzania. Guso remarked, it's a favorable group, and I'm optimistic we will top the table at the Afcon. We know the struggle for that side. Guso's optimism is fueled by the team's recent performances and the progress achieved under the current coaching staff. He emphasized that with true preparation and also strong hard work, or strong teamwork, that's what he said, that the Super Eagles are well positioned to advance beyond the group stage. The NFL president also reaffirmed the federation's commitment supporting the team. He said, we will provide all the necessary resources to ensure the Super Eagles are fully prepared. We are confident that they will make us proud. As Afcon 25 tournament approaches, Nigeria fans remain hopeful that Ibrahim Musukuso's optimism translates into success for the Super Eagles on the field. Early preparation.
Prepares.
What? Early preparation is key.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at our president now of football, Nigerian football. What is that one support that he needs to do? I would have said that he needs to give, but when I say give, it sounds like verbally.
Okay.
What is that one support that he needs to do with the national team, the biggest brand of Nigerian football, the biggest brand in sports in Nigeria? What is that one thing, one support that he needs to give to this team now to get them to the next phase?
Well, I think the biggest support he needs to do now is to keep his words. He shouldn't, mind words with them. He shouldn't just say A now at the beginning, then come back to say maybe there's no money, and remuneration issues should be sorted out. No agreement should be breached from his side.
Yeah.
From his side. So, at the end of the day, we'll be able to say that I kept my word. You, the coach as well, you promised to, maybe get us to the World Cup, maybe bring us home the Afcon. If you don't keep your word, then that is on you. And also, we've noticed that in the past few years now, the main thing we always have issues with is money.
Oh.
Money, most of the time.
Funds,
that's
right.
what the finance. So I think if he's up and doing when it comes to the finance, we're supporting this coach. I think we'll be able to, we won't have any major issue when it comes to getting the job done. So
All right.
just,
Okay, so let's see how that goes quickly. Let's talk about still on the Afcon House of Committee Chairman on Sports, back Super Eagles to win. If there's anything Nigerians love to do well, is to give backings. We like it when the time is right.
Yeah.
Chairman, House Committee on Sports, Honorable Kabiru Amadu has thrown his weight behind the Super Eagles to win the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Honorable Amadu, who represents Ikusol at the federal constituency in House of Representatives, draws the confidence qualifying on Nigerian side, following the quality of Nigerians that we have. Reacting to the 25 Afcon draw held on Monday night in Morocco, he said, yes, the group looks simple, but the players need to be careful such that they do not go into the pitch picturing that they have won the match even before the game, even before the kickoff. He said one of the most dangerous things in football is to be overconfident and write off opponents ahead of an encounter like we did in the Afcon. Honorable Kabiru stated that we are confident and we can get the result. Anytime they say words, people like this, personalities like this, they always use the word to say, we'll bring the trophy back, and it says, Inshallah. On this part, the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, must, as a matter of urgency, step up, set up adequate preparation to create an easy path to victory. And you heard me talk about this man. You're a Muslim.
Yeah.
What's Inshallah?
By God's grace.
By God's grace.
Yeah.
By God's grace. Okay, welcome development. But all of the support, everyone is talking about, like you rightly said, are we going to see them just tell us all of these things and at the end of the day go back to whatever?
Most probably.
Is that how it's been all the while?
That's how it's always been.
So you don't see a change now?
Well, they said you would talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk as well. It's not only about, throwing your support verbally. Would you be able to really stand by what you said? So I think right now they should be able to prove Nigerians wrong, because majority of Nigerians, including me,
right,
I don't believe in whatever I don't really take them that serious a lot, because they come on air to say, okay, we are supporting the Super Eagles, we'll be doing this and that, but at the end of the day, it always comes back to the same story about salaries, about match bonuses and all that. I just hope that this time around to be a different story.
Okay, so today is the Champions League. I don't know if you have that ready. We can bring it to you. The Champions League is coming up today, and I tell you, all 18 games will be played at the same time. There's no fixing on this one. 9 p.m. Nigerian time, where all European qualified teams. We'll tell you how it stands 1 to 36. We'll bring it so you can see for yourself. These are the games, these are the schedules. But let's get the standings for the match day 8 for the UEFA Champions League so we can look into it. The standing 1 to 36. And you now say, you can now boldly and say, Liverpool are the number 1 in this very one. This is the game. These are the officials that will be having. Okay, this is what we have. The number 1 to 36. Liverpool on top. Football Club Barcelona, Arsenal, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, Atlanta, Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Monaco, Feyenoord. These are the top 10. And, Feyenoord making 11. But all of this we see, I think the most surprising of them all, for me, is the number. Let me find it. Number 25. One of the biggest or one of the best clubs in the world, Manchester City. Let's be realistic. They play today, and it's a do or die at Etihad. And I tell you, the record of Club Brugge is not sleeping either. So we have our Nigerian player there, Onyedika. He's in that very team. Club Brugge, good team in the Jubilee Pro League. But let's look at Man City. Already Liverpool, Arsenal, Barcelona, all this one they have qualified, we know. But Man City tonight, do you see them being eliminated or get a win and possibly go for a playoff?
Well. I think it will be very, very hard for them to get a win, even despite the fact that they are playing in their own backyard.
It'll be hard.
It will be hard because Club Brugge have only just one assignment, just get a draw. Just
Get a
one
draw.
point out of the
So
match to get
they
them through.
also need it as well.
So maybe the pattern tonight will be that Club Brugge wouldn't come out to play against a Manchester City side.
Yeah.
They most probably play on the counter, stay back, just try to get the first goal of the game, then sit back, pack the balls, and waste time, then, get the job done.
Will it yield fruit against the City side?
Well, a lot of teams in EPL, against Sporting actually employed the same tactics and they defeated Guardiola
And it
by
worked.
4-1.
Okay, let's talk about, quickly, let's get the officials for today. Allow me to look at the officials and tell me which of them is which one will you not miss? Because me, I like to watch, I watch 2-3 matches in one side. Phone, 2 TV on my side. Let's get on this one now. Which is the strongest match for today, for you?
Well, I think Barcelona-Atlanta would be a very strong one. Manchester City is a very, very important game.
Yeah.
And it will be a very,
I
very
think that's the
to watch
word.
again.
For me, the strongest, like you rather said, I will go with you. Yes, I should go with you in that very
Manchester City
one.
club.
Barcelona, Atlanta, the biggest game, I could say, right? But the most important of all is the City game. So I think I'll be seeing that City
It'll be
game
very, very
as
interesting
well.
and intense.
Allow me to thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming around the show.
welcome.
We can do this again. Thank you so much. All right, so on this note, I'll quickly let you know one story, and let's just get a beat by beat. In the world of tennis, Emma Raducanu proud, despite crashing out of Singapore Open to world number 101. Emma Raducanu, the British lady, has reflected on the positive of her appearance at the Singapore Open despite her first round defeat. In her first tournament since the Australian Open, the 22-year-old suffered a disappointing 3-set loss to Kristen Boska, going down 5-7, 7-5, 7-5 to the world number 101. The clash lasted more than 3 hours and just came days after the British player confirmed she had split with her coach. Talk about Nick Cavadi, and Raducanu has now declared herself proud of how she's managed recent events, having been mentored in Singapore by fitness coach Yotoka Nakamura. Away from that, still tennis story, Stefanos Tsitsipas in the news. After a year away, Stefanos Tsitsipas will return to the ABN AMRO Open for 2025. The number 13 at the PRF ATP ranking has received a wildcard for the indoor hardcourt ATP 500, which this year takes place in Rotterdam, Ahoy, from 3 to 9 February. Tsitsipas made 7 consecutive appearances, including 1 in qualifying and also in Rotterdam from 2017 to 2023, having registered 1 with 3 matches across the United States and United Cup, better word, and the Australian Open so far this year. He will hope to rediscover his best level at an event to which he reached the championship match in 2022 alongside Olga Aliasim. Now, you need to know the world number 3 Carlos Alcaraz headlines this year's draw in Rotterdam, where the Spaniard is chasing his maiden indoor title. Former champion Daniil Medvedev and also Andrei Rublev, as well as the 2024 finalist Alexa Minor, are the other top 10 stars in the field. Wrapping up the show, lastly, let's tell you about the 7-time world champion in the world of Formula One. Lewis Hamilton got his second taste of Ferrari Formula One machinery when he competed an afternoon of running in the 23 spec Branson horse at the Oslo Cycle in Barcelona, Catalonia. And that's about Lewis Hamilton. This is all we can give on the show. We'll do this again tomorrow, hopefully. I'll tell you about the Champions League result, talk about Boniface and his money movement, and leave me good rest. Thank you so much. I have to go now. My name is Kizzy K, the only football player without a jersey. I'll see you tomorrow.